Hello everyone. This time it's going to be a different and interesting video from me. Hope you like it. The wedding season arrives and we receive lots of invites in all sizes, shapes and colors. The season soon gets over and without giving much thoughts, we just discard them. So now we are going to watch how they turn into a few pretty looking cash envelopes. It is not a time consuming project as you might think, and all you need is maybe some interest in craft work. I'm sure most of us are in need of such cash covers for gifts, for weddings, or many such ceremonies. We end up buying them online or straight from one of those stationery shops. And here's how we are going to reuse them in a much cost effective way. Now, to start with, the most important criteria is the thickness of the card. Not too thick nor too flimsy. Next, the dimensions. I'm going to demonstrate with this card, and here's one cash cover I had already made. So this part makes the front portion of the card lying underneath. So these top and bottom parts are going to be folded as the flaps for the back side. As you can see, I wish to have Ganapati's face for the front part of the cover. The width here should at least be 8 centimeters. The top and bottom flaps of the back side of the cover should definitely overlap a bit, and we need to reserve around 12 centimeters. 8 centimeters for the front part, 12 for the back. So a minimum of 20 centimeters total length is needed for sure. So here we have exactly 20 centimeters as needed. I hope you can see that clearly. Now we need the breadth also to be 20 centimeters for our cover. The length of the cash sits right here. The bits of these edges would get snipped off later. So a minimum 20 by 20 centimeters card is a must for our optimum cover. Now we cannot expect all the invites we receive in the same dimensions. I'll explain how to adjust the measurements later in this video. So our demo card is 20 by 20 to be exact to start with. You may remove inserts if any and detach the front card neatly. As you can see, Ganesha's face is going to be the front part of our cover. We cannot retrieve the full face, but I'm trying to center the eyes and then measure accordingly. Since we have only a total of 20 centimeters, I have to limit the front breadth to 8 centimeters. I'm marking very lightly with a pencil 4 centimeters above and 4 centimeters below the eyes. The next time, folding along the line in the opposite side. Both the sides neatly. These form the flaps which we reserved as 12 centimeters before. They should overlap each other, and make sure you don't divide the 12 centimeters to 6 plus 6, then it won't overlap. So adjust plus or minus accordingly. Let's open the card and look at those folds now. Come to the edge, draw a neat line in between the folds. The thickness of the line can be, say, a half centimeter. Let the lines on the both sides touch the folded impression. Use your ruler for neater, straighter lines. Coming to the corner, draw a small straight line over the fold and a slightly inclined line touching it like the alphabet A. You may repeat this on all the 4 corners. Straight lines, straight small lines over the folds and touching them slightly inclined slanting lines. Make sure these markings don't go beyond the straight pencil lines. Snip off the marked parts carefully on all the four corners. Done with the four corners. Fold the strips inwards, applying pressure well enough on both the sides. Since we are working on the center, it has created extra strips on the four corners. Now we have to draw lines and cut those extra strips away. Just extend the folded lines on all the four corners. That will do. Well, if we don't do this, this will jut out the cover and we don't want that. Look, something like this. So we need to definitely cut them off. And here, before I do this cutting part, I'm shaping the two corners, the corners of the top flap with a slight curve just to give an interesting shape. This is not mandatory at all. You may just leave it as it is and they still look good. Removing the extra strap on the bottom as a straight cut and coming to the top right corner, I am giving that slight curved cut. The other side of the top corner is more clear. Starting with that slight curve, continuing to cut off the extra. Straight cut off for the other end of the bottom flap. Our cover is getting a good shape now. The cutting part is all over and now it's time to grab a glue. Go back to those thin side strips which we folded in a while back. Pick up a strong glue and stick them again, this time well enough inwards. Remember, you don't need to apply the gum all along the strip. Stop where the bottom flap corner ends and leave the upper part of the thin strip free like this. Press it hard enough so that it sticks well, leaving the upper part detached. No glue over there. And you may now place a weight for 5 to 10 minutes. So after 5 minutes, this is stuck well enough. Let's repeat on the other side. The flap ends here and we apply the gum till that part, leaving the top end free. Five to 10 minutes again and it's stuck. And make sure the top part is detached. Just one more step with the sticking part. We just need to attach both the edges of the bottom flaps over these side strips we just glued. Here also we need to apply the gum until only where the flap ends. Squeeze out a thin line carefully over the strip. Don't apply glue over that detached top end. I've used Fevicol, the smallest bottle, and with this one, believe me, you can make at least 50 to 75 envelopes. A thin line of glue along will do. Be careful when you press while sticking it up. The extra glue may squeeze out a bit and stick the main paper body where we keep the cash. The cash gets stuck and we don't want that. We have to work only on those two edges. Okay, now I'm done with the other edge as well. And finally our card is ready. Yay! Remember, I gave slight curved cuts on the top flap corners and now we can see the difference they make. Make sure the top strip ends are loose or just detach them very gently. Also see to it no gum has stuck the mid part where we insert the cash or else you may just gently detach the stuck part if you can't insert properly. The cash cover has come out neat and elegant, and hope you like it. This card is not 20 by 20 as we did earlier, and I'm going to show you very quickly how to work with this one. The inserts are removed. Cut off the front part carefully and neatly. The front face of the cover and the top and the bottom are going to be the back flaps. Our Ganesha here is around 9 centimeters, and I wish to retrieve the whole motif as it looks lovely. The length of the card is definitely more than 20 centimeters here, so I am able to retrieve the whole emblem. So I have measured to see it is 9 centimeters exactly. That should be fine. It shouldn't only go below 8 centimeters. The back flaps here are overlapping beautifully. In fact, we have a little bit of extra overlapping measurement too. Now we have two options. Cut the bottom flap shorter and keep the top one as it is. Or keep the lower flap as it is and cut off the extra length of the top flap. Make sure the top flap overlaps the bottom. I'm going to keep the bottom flap shorter and retain a lengthier top flap because that's the way I like. Open and fold in the strips on the edges. Last time I drew just the center portion. This time I am drawing a straight line touching the edges of the flaps as well. This needs some practice because when you cut these triangles, if you cut a bit deeper, you won't get that good finish. So you may stick to my previous method if you are a beginner. So this time I'm going to snip off the extras first and then fold the edge strips. Glue the strips on the edges. Apply glue until the point where the bottom flap corner ends, and don't forget to leave the top portion loose. Over that, stick the either sides of the bottom flaps. The card is ready. The bottom flap is shorter, leaving the top part a little wider and longer, making a good room for the gift cash. The top sides stay unstuck so that it can help the papers glide in. I left the corners of the top flap as it is. Remember, I cut out a slight curved shape on the previous one, and I swear they look really good as it is. And now for a short rewind. This is the card we just did. Look at the back side. We are going to get ready with another cover now. The mid portion is going to be the front of the cover. Folding the flaps back. This is a very rough and quick demo. They overlap well enough. We are going to make something interesting with the front part, which remains just plain. You can see a pink card beneath. That's also wedding invite, but it's quite thick. I cannot make it into an envelope. So I'm just taking out the Ganesha from that card and glue it on one side of my cover. Here goes the message. So we made good use of the back card as well. So again, this is all about our creativity. This wedding invite I received from one of my best friends, and I'm going to keep this as a memory for sure. I love this motif. It's almost 10 centimeters, but I'm going to hold the whole part. Here's a quick fold. The cutting part is all done, and I just need to stick them up. With such cards with center motifs, we cannot add any message outside the cover. You can use the insides of the top flap or the message of the best compliments can always go as a cute insert. With so much of detailing, I made the video quite a long one. Still, I hope you like it and certainly give a try. A huge thanks to you if you have watched until the end, and bye and take care.